first time in a long time, but it seems like just yesterday when we were side by side. Beast mode, no one's blocking our way. These other guys tried it, but them man ain't got the skills of Braden and Davie, brazen and raging, bringing you the thrills and spills. Right here in full gear, about to blow up like TNT. Us man are too sweet, Brady DVP, the BDElite. Right here in full gear, about to blow up like TNT. Us man are too sweet, Brady DVP, the BDElite.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Braden Herrington here with Davie Portman for BDElite. We are your Dynamates.
We're your Dynamates. Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Wow.
I was going to say Twitch room, but we're not at that bit yet.
Well, hey, you know what? We are at that bit because we're live on Twitch.
We are live on Twitch, twitch.tv/upnextpodcast. Hello, Twitch room.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah. Wow,
AEW
AEW must have put you in a great mood.
Oh, yeah, it was a good show.
Yeah. We are Braden and Davie. We are the BDE. We're your Dynamates on Wednesdays. We record this show every Wednesday night live on Twitch, like you mentioned, and then it's wherever you found us here on the podcast. So thanks for listening to us and hanging out with us. We talked about a brand new era of NXT.
NXT 2.0.
2.0, which 2.0 are on the show.
That we'll spelled differently now.
Yeah,
is it not? Yeah.
2.0.
Yeah.
So we talked all about that on a huge ratings pop.
Yes.
Still not that 1 mil for NXT.
That Brit Baker. No, what's her name? Brit Bronson.
Brick
Breaker.
Yeah.
Breaker was a draw.
Von Wagner almost.
Von Wagner also a draw.
He was definitely the draw. Yeah. Definitely still some mixed reactions coming from that, but go listen to that show, and we'll be, of course, still following NXT every week until the USA Network pulls it. Mm-hmm. But we'll still then talk about it probably.
If it's on the network, we're watching it.
But this is the AEW show, the cool kids table. Well, this is what feels now like a go-home show.
Yeah.
For a pretty big show next week.
They announced that Rampage is going to be 2 hours next week. So a 4-hour event at the Arthur Ashe Stadium in Queens next week. And pay-per-view caliber. Bigger than a pay-per-view, some of this feels. Yeah,
definitely. You just came off of coming back from All Out.
Yes.
You went to Chicago and you got to hang out and do all the fun wrestling stuff like the world is coming back to normal slowly. And you had the time of your life, and I had FOMO. And I said, damn it, let's do Arthur Ashe. Like, please, let's do it. Can we do it? And, well, it turns out we can do it. And we booked it. And then we were like, all right, do you think they're going to make it, like, a good show? It's at Arthur Ashe Stadium. Like, I joked, I want Daniel Bryan versus Billie Jean King at Arthur. She needs to come out. She's alive. She needs to be booked on the show. But they went the next best thing, the big thing for wrestling fans. And, like, spoiler already, they announced later on this show, but next week on Dynamite, the main event at this Arthur Ashe Stadium is Kenny Omega versus Bryan Danielson.
Huge. And they teased us right till the end. I'm going, when?
Screaming.
But when is it?
They did a good job.
When? They teased you right to the last second. Huge match next week.
Yeah.
Very excited as a wrestling fan to be going there.
Yeah, I felt giddy again when they advertised this.
We're going to see on the same show Bryan Danielson versus Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
Going to see CM Punk wrestle.
Yeah.
Going to see Sting wrestle.
What?
Yeah.
I saw him wrestle once in TNA live.
I've seen him once.
You've seen him wrestle Triple H, probably.
I saw him wrestle Triple H.
I saw him wrestle Abyss.
Okay.
Yeah. Different worlds.
So we're going to see him against...
wrestle, yeah. We're going to see him FTR with Darby.
Yeah.
We're going to see, yeah.
Big stuff.
So who else? that's huge names we're seeing wrestle already. Suzuki and Sting on the same card. Or same week, maybe.
Suzuki, Punk, Sting, Bryan.
Just insane.
Same card.
Yeah,
crazy.
We'll
Adam
definitely...
Cole.
Yeah, Adam Cole. Wow.
With the Bucks again?
Yeah, super click. We'll definitely run down the full card by the end of this episode. But as you can tell, we're gonna go to the show, and we're super excited now that we're gonna get to go this, and we're doing a show somehow, some way. But don't hold your breath. You'll get our thoughts, but we're trying to.
We were gonna plan to do one after, but then we realized there's a 2-hour Rampage taping as well.
Yeah, and we want to make this karaoke bar.
Yeah.
So
that's what we're calling it.
I found a karaoke bar. Karaoke in Queens? Yes, please. I have the bar. Speaking of bars, if you are listening to this and you're going to Arthur Ashe, follow us on the socials because we're going to be doing some sort of meetup at a bar nearby before the event. So if you want to come hang out and say what up, so at Up Next Podcast, at Davie Portman, at the Brady, follow us for updates on that. Or hit us up if you're interested or any recommendations if you're coming down to the show for that huge 4 hours. 4 hours. My first wrestling show in years.
Dark and Elevation, right, as well.
There's not Dark and Elevation.
At 7. So I think it's like pre at 7, which is Elevation or something.
Okay.
Then it's Dynamite, 8 till 10. And then Rampage, 10 till 12.
Damn.
And then trying to get out of the arena, like 12 till 1.
I need this last guy. I need to throw a Hail Mary here. We went to WrestleMania 35.
Yeah.
What was that? Yeah.
In New York? Yeah.
Yeah, and at John Uway's post-wrestling meetup shows, this angel of a man showed up out of nowhere and was like, Braden, big fan of the show. I know you're a Canadian visiting New York and you're about to go to WrestleMania. I just want to say, here's some gummies.
Nah.
And I don't remember who this guy is, but forever in my brain, he's an angel. He's my New York angel. So hopefully this reaches him.
Well, it's a good job that the meetup will be happening on our first day.
Yeah. So come through if you're a fan and you're going to be listening or you're going to be there for the show. So we're super excited. So yeah, I mean, NXT, they had this cool new week. Some thought it was cool. Some are not watching it ever again. But AEW continues to be on this run. And yeah, this feels like a go-home show now to a stacked week of shows.
Yes.
So super stoked. And they're just on this crazy run of being this, just watching it as a fan, you can't help but get...
It's exciting.
Yeah,
It's
it really is. So let's get into it, because we'll just start spawning off of all the different stuff that comes off of this, which is Dynamite from September 15th, 2021. And CM Punk is on commentary tonight. He didn't put on Triple H's blazer for this one. Do you remember that when he was on Raw and they were stranded?
Was it the one where everyone walked out?
Yeah.
And there was like Punk, Randy Orton, and Cena or something.
And Triple H and Punk was like, "Yo, Triple H, I'll do commentary." And he's like, "Yeah, you can do commentary." He's like, "Can I wear your blazer?" Yeah, you can wear my blazer. Because he was like Vince. Yeah. Punk is on commentary, but he's got to make an entrance here in this what seems like a sold out crowd here. Just loud.
Prudential Center, big venue.
This is New Jersey.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So they didn't get blood and guts, but you got a CM Punk stage dive.
Yeah.
So, just as good. CM Punk does the stage dive, and he feels scary about it every time, but he's like, all right, I still survive. So rock and roll, Punk rock.
Yeah, this guy ate it, to be honest. It was just one big dude who Punk came flying at his chin.
Yeah. Well, Punk's on commentary, and we go from CM Punk's entrance to Adam Cole. His music hits, and the crowd just continues to be roaring here for the new Adam Cole, his first match here in AEW. He's aligned himself with the Elite, so he's going up against the Elite Hunter, Kaz. I like Kaz's theme music. It reminds me of Motley Crue or something. I bet it's like his band or something. I'm not sure. We get the classic guillotine leg drop from Kaz early on, and then who yells at Cole, "This is my house," because Adam Cole's not from here, right?
True.
Yeah. There's a sunset...
So we just really like Paige.
It's my house.
This is my house.
My yard, all that. Sunset flip counter into the pump kick from Cole. There's a series of roll-ups. Kaz goes for some sort of weird kind of arm trap, leg trap submission. Cole gets out of it, hits the Ushi-Garoshi for a near fall, then tunes up the band like Shawn Michaels. He's giving a little wink to his old boss over there, his old comrade from NXT. He tunes up the band, but it's blocked from Kaz, who stops him, drops him. Punk and Tony on commentary start talking about how Adam Cole has a girlfriend named Britt Baker, and that Tony is friends with Britt Baker, but it's okay because men and women can still be friends. And Punk goes to Tony, "You know what, Tony? We can talk about this a little bit after the break."
In the commercial break, yeah.
Which, if you want to have an argument with someone, discuss the topic of can men and women be friends. So the match continues. Panama City Sunrise is blocked, turned into an Alabama slam from Kaz. there's a call from Punk saying the Florida man goes for a ride. Kaz hits a leg drop for a near fall. Another suplex lift, the sushi garoshi as I call it, the suplex into the ushi garoshi, which just looks nasty.
Which Excalibur identified as the complete shot.
Yeah, which used to be like the downward spiral STO
Right.
thing as well. Someone used to call that, but still looks awesome. And then the Panama Sunrise, baby, and the last shot, which is the Shining Wizard to the back of the head. And, well, the Elite Hunter has been hunted. Adam Cole wins his first match in AEW.
Yeah, this was all right. I mean, we all know Adam Cole's great. I liked his new kind of ring gear and ring jacket he had coming out. I think Kaz is kind of a good first match against a lot of these guys, like Christian had as well. Frankie can take these losses. Like, he means nothing, really. Sorry, Frankie.
Yeah.
But also, he's seasoned and knows what he's doing, so can put on a good match. And it's not like your first match is going out there maybe against someone a little greener. So you can put on a strong quality debut match. Thought Adam Cole obviously looks good. We saw him just a couple of weeks ago.
Main eventing NXT.
I feel this is the weirdest one of all the jumps. Because Punk's been away so long, it's cool to see him back, but it's like, okay, this is new home.
Yeah.
Even Bryan, he's been off TV for a little bit. Adam Cole, we were talking about just a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
It's odd seeing him here.
Well, he grabs a microphone and he says, "Story time with Adam Cole, baby." He says, "Hope is a dangerous thing, and that locker room hopes they can keep up with me, but it ain't gonna happen. I've been here for a short time, and I'm already getting people under my skin. These three guys, Christian Cage, Luchasaurus, and Jungle Boy, you got a target on your back because I don't like you. And just so everyone knows that the Super Clique is back together." So it's announced that at the Super Showdown Rampage, meaning next week's Rampage, Super Clique, Adam Cole, and the Young Bucks reuniting to take on Christian, Jungle Boy, and Luchasaurus. Whew.
This just sounds like some PWG stuff, doesn't it?
Fuck.
Like, this just sounds crazy.
Super,
This is Rampage next week. They're calling it Grand Slam Rampage or Rampage Grand
Slam?
That's a mouthful.
Ram Slam.
Ram Slam.
Yeah, Rampage Super Slam at Arthur Ashe. And yeah, I was saying the past few weeks, I just want to see Adam Cole do crazy multi-mans with the Bucks. And well, right out the gate, here we go.
This gave us hope as well, because we thought we were getting an 8-man with Bryan teaming with Lucha Jungle people and Christian Cage.
Jungle Boy and the Dinosaurs.
That's the one.
Yeah.
And then it would be the Elite with Kenny as well.
Right.
But announcing the 6-man right from the beginning
got us like.
So you say there's a chance?
You're saying there's a chance that Bryan Danielson and Kenny aren't involved in this match. But yeah, triple trios here with the Bucks and Cole versus Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, and Christian sounds awesome to me. Right? That is a match that you had my attention instantly.
Yeah, this. I feel you'd open Rampage with this, maybe.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Or that's probably the main
main
event of that one. Yeah.
You've got some other big matches,
which also leads to then the streets need it. Adam Cole versus Jungle Boy.
For the streets.
1-on-1. Yeah. Because later, right away, I go, ooh, battle of the long-haired guys. And I mean, Jungle Boy has some choice words for.
He does.
For him later, but yeah. So
strikes low.
It was cool to see Adam Cole already fit in here in AEW. Beating Kaz was an easy pick off, but looking forward to the Bucks reunion with Cole because they do some wild stuff. We go to announcement for this week's Rampage. The Lucha Bros, the tag champs, are going to put the titles on the line in their first defense against the Butcher and the Blade this Friday on Rampage.
Yeah, Butcher came back at the all-out buy-in. We haven't really seen a great deal of him, but yeah, this should be good. Butcher and Blade, we haven't really seen as a tag for a while, but Lucha Bros first defense, I assume they win.
Yeah. We go to Fuego del Sol and
this idiot.
Fuego del Sol and Sammy Guevara hanging out, sitting on this new car, and they're being interviewed here, and that he says that. He's got this all-elite contract now, so he got a new car. Fuego bought himself a new car. But he says he would trade it all in for a shot at the TNT title. So, in fact, I'll put my money where my mouth is. Miro, this Friday, I challenge you for the TNT title. And if you beat me, you get my car.
I think Sammy has made some bad decisions recently. I think he's hanging around the wrong people. When he was hanging around with the...
Sammy got engaged recently. Is that a bad decision?
When he was hanging around the Inner Circle, he was on pay-per-views. He was on TV regularly, wrestling.
Right.
He's been hanging around with this Fuego guy who clearly seems reckless because he's spent his first paycheck on a car and now he's already like, I'll put my car up. Last time Miro killed him. He's going to eat you alive, mate. And
so he's taking...
You ain't going to have the car.
So if Fuego's on the Arthur Ashe show, because this is this Friday, this match. If Fuego's at the Arthur Ashe show, he's probably having to take the A train to get there because he ain't driving.
He ain't driving.
He's losing his car. I was expecting to hear things about Miro now taking the car, something about his wife.
Well, do you... I could see that being Miro winning and his entrance being with this car. The door opens and Lana steps out.
It's not a nice... It's not like... No offense. Like, sorry, I'm not a car guy or a driver.
I wasn't paying too much attention. It was just a normal car.
The guy's name is Fuego del Sol. I would imagine this guy who's got this money would buy this car with flames on it.
Yeah.
But no, it's just some like... This could be a really nice car, and I just totally am overlooking it. But I'm sorry,
I can't remember what it looked
Yeah,
like.
it didn't even flash to me. So sorry.
Right.
It didn't look like anything from Fast and the Furious.
So you don't think Miro would want it? He'd be like, I drove a tank out at WrestleMania.
Like, should I just mention the Miro promo now? Because he basically, I'll cut ahead. But Miro later on is like, hey, I don't care about your stupid car. He says, I'm going to smash your brains in and then I'm going to smash your car in. So he doesn't care about the car. He's like, this car sucks.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to make references to, like, he's done some things in tanks. Mm-hmm. So he clearly likes doing things in automobiles.
Yes.
You know?
I see where you're going.
There's a joke somewhere there with new car smell.
Yeah.
Yeah. We go to our next segment, and, well, it's MJF coming down to the ring with Wardlow. He comes out and says, New Jersey. They're booing him, but there's some cheers. I believe it's his home state. MJF is from Jersey, right? But he got out of New Jersey, I imagine. He says, what do Bruce Springsteen, Taylor Ham, and your mid-hockey team have in common? They all suck harder than your Jersey Shore skanks.
Oh, boo.
Damn, Cabs are here. That almost made me...
MJ from NJ was furious.
I was almost spitting out I definitely almost spit out my drink when he said that. He says, but I'm the salt of the earth. I understand that some of the words, the choice words I've said in the past little while, may have offended some people at home. And, well, I want to apologize. And as a religious man, I want to have a conversation with the late, great Brian Pillman. Not junior. He means senior. So he looks up and he goes, sir, if you don't mind. And then he goes, actually, who am I kidding? And then looks down and goes, hey, Pillman, we need to talk. As the crowd are shouting, asshole.
This reminded me of the opening to that Roddy Piper documentary that came out earlier in the year with Vince. And it opened with him on the phone. And was like, someone like, hi, is Roddy down there? And started talking to Roddy in hell on his cell phone. This is what this MJF promo reminded me of.
So he's talking down, and he says, I'm a huge fan of you, Pillman. You're a legend. Your widow, Melanie, created the worst excuse for a second-generation wrestler. And fair warning, tell your son if he shows up next week in that awful town known as Queens, these people can chant all they want, but you know and I know that I'm better than you, and he's interrupted as Pillman's music hits. And he sends Wardlow up the ramp to get him. But Pillman shows up the other way and goes to attack MJF. Wardlow for the save as MJF hits the bricks. And
Pillman has a chair and everything.
Yeah, he eventually gets Wardlow out of the ring and scares them both off.
Wardlow charges him. They do the Luke Gallows spot.
Yeah.
Drops the rope.
Yeah, and falls outside.
But it's kind of adding a little bit between MJF and Wardlow again. Wardlow wasn't able to stop Pillman here. Can definitely add to that story. I think they've done a good job in heating up this feud, actually. for next week.
Yeah, I also loved his tiger T-shirt.
Oh, beautiful.
Because his dad, Brian Pillman, used to wear these crazy shirts, and it's like he's carrying on that tradition. They then right away cut to this like pre-taped interview with Pillman Jr. here with JR, which at first I was like, that's kind of weird why you're going to it right away. Maybe you should have aired that.
I still felt that it should have been the other way around.
Yeah, it should have played earlier and then MJF's thing. But then I watched it and I actually really liked it. So JR's with Pillman Jr. He says that he felt embarrassed for him when he was there last week. He was upset about what MJF said. So I know you must be hurting Pillman Jr. and that you must want to be whooping MJF's ass. Pillman says, you know history, you know my father and the legacy, and I want to make him proud. I let down everyone in my hometown, but I grew up the hard way. I didn't grow up with Egyptian cotton and silver spoons in my mouth. I was fighting for my life. MJF, we are not the same. You've never been in the ring with someone like me. I may have cleaned up and finished college and become a good man, but I grew up from the streets. Cincinnati, the nasty natty. So next week, Pillman, MJF.
I really like Pillman here. I think he comes across very real. It's not altogether flashy, and it will be something like he will need to kind of develop more of his own character and stuff. But where he is right now, I think this really works for him. Just defending his family and his memory of his dad, and taking out this jerk MJF. I found JR here hilarious, though. He was being such a dick.
I was embarrassed for you.
Yeah, he was like, so, Pillman, what happened last week? You had a rough week. And then he just goes in. You embarrassed yourself. You embarrassed your family. You embarrassed your dead dad. But you're going to kick his ass, right? Please tell me you're going to kick his ass.
Yeah, he started by saying, like, I remember when your dad called me saying he was going to be a father. Like, it was almost like, and he sounded
and
not too,
proud
he wasn't, he wasn't too excited then.
And then Pillman goes on like, look, I know last week I let him down. And JR's there just nodding, you did. You let him down. You let him down, son.
All in all, though, they got me for this match.
I still think it should have been the other way round.
Yeah.
Because it could have been just MJF reacting to this promo. But I'm excited for this. I think it's exciting to see someone like Pillman, a real fresh, younger talent, trying to break through a bit. And MJF is a great guy to go against because he's such a dick. He's such a heel. This should be fun.
They totally got me. MJF is so good on the mic. He's the baddest guy on the mic in this generation, and making this like out of nothing. I wouldn't care about this, but they made me. They did their job, and both guys, even Pillman's promo, baby faces, like clean cut baby face, totally work. And using the like Dark Side of the Ring stuff is a good reference. That was touching. When you watch that episode, I watched and went, man, you need to be champ one day. Like you need to be the guy. So, and which is, they didn't really tie it in, but this week, Dark Side of the Ring is returning.
Oh.
Like a whole new block of the season.
What's next?
That was the old show.
Yeah.
There's the plane ride from hell, the steroid scandal.
Okay.
There's a few other things there. Nothing's going to top the North Korea one.
That was my favorite one.
Yeah, that was my all-time favorite one. I tell like random people to watch that one. Like,
It's
hey,
just
you don't need to
nuts.
know about anything wrestling. Just watch this.
Just watch how nuts this is.
Yeah. I actually know so many people who aren't wrestling fans that love Dark Side of the Ring. It's so
Absolutely.
weird. Some random people now will talk to you and be like, oh yeah, actually I watch documentaries. Sometimes I watch docs about wrestling. And it's like, wait, do you watch wrestling? No, I just watched this one that's really fucked up and I know what you're talking, like I already know what you're talking about. It's Dark Side of the Ring. It's super popular. Yeah, there's a bunch of new ones coming
Luna
out.
Vachon, there's Anita, Chris Canyon.
Who better?
Plane Ride from Hell.
Yeah, damn, that sounds wild. So definitely give some thoughts on that in a few coming weeks. Well, who would have thought they sold me on Pillman Jr. versus MJF? But they did it. I'm excited. We go to Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, and Christian Cage. It's Christian who cuts off... Sorry, it's Jungle Boy who starts off saying, Adam Cole has friends, but I have better friends. Adam Cole has nice hair, but I have better hair than Adam Cole.
Damn.
Christian cuts him off and says, look, Adam does have some good friends. They're super elite. EVP status that they use. They use that lifeline to drag Adam Cole's ass out of developmental. He says, "We accept your challenge, Adam Cole and the Young Bucks, but you're going to lose next week on Rampage, just like you lost the Wednesday Night Wars. See you at Grand Slam, buddy." And then they say, he also says that Adam Cole does have good hair, but yeah, yours is better, Jungle Boy.
Damn, why are they shitting on NXT? Come on.
Yeah. That's the old NXT, though.
Yeah.
They don't know 2.0. Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor Christian. Christian just hates NXT.
Yeah.
Beth is on the phone
I
texting
know,
him. Yo.
You leave Michelle alone. It's already going through some shit.
Yeah.
Like, why kick us when we're down? Come on.
I liked it as
Yeah.
well. It sets up this match. This match is going to be nutty. Like, all three of these guys doing... Christian and Adam Cole, like, when would that be on a bingo, like, wrestling bingo
absolutely.
card? So, yeah. I book it. We go to our next match, which was announced earlier today. Dante Martin teaming with Matt Sydal going up against FTR with Tully.
Yeah, I was pretty excited when this was announced earlier.
Well, we get Dash and Cash outsmarting Dante and Sydal early on, beating down on Sydal, tagging in and out. Cash still wearing this like protective thing on his arm because it's still wrapped up from that crazy injury that was so terrifying. Dante comes back, a high knee to Cash, and then a double crossbody from both the high flyers to FTR to the outside as they go to break. When they do, Tully gets involved, starts like choking Dante but near the ring. When we come back, it's Dante who comes back with these like kicks, flying head scissors, and Hurricane Ranas. CM Punk, after Dante does this crazy like flip jump in the air, super high up, Punk says, "I gotta talk to this kid so that next time he jumps that high, he can grab one of those Stanley Cup banners in this arena here in Jersey."
Yeah, isn't he a Devils
Jersey
fan?
Devils, yeah.
I think so.
I know Edge used to be, which is definitely sacrilege considering he's from Toronto. I thought that line was really funny. We get this crazy roll-up and a Dragon Rana from Sydal at the same time for a 2.9, but they send Sydal out and they hit the big rig, and FTR get the win. The shitter machine. The shatter machine.
Yes.
Love that move. Love these guys.
Yeah, this was all right. I was expecting maybe something a little bit more nuts, but I think it was just a way to give FTR a solid win.
Yeah.
Setting up their big match for next week.
Their big match.
Big
yeah,
match.
True. Yeah, it was all right. Nothing really too flashy, but FTR gone over. I was expecting Tully to cut a promo because he seemed eager last week.
Yeah.
But not the last we'll see of FTR and in the show. We get the commentary desk, and CM Punk brings up the Suzuki incident. And he says that Minoru Suzuki is the king of pro wrestling, the king of Pancrase, the legend, trained by Gotch, but he felt slighted on AEW because his entrance music was cut off. He felt so disrespected, and that he's going to make sure he's not disrespected again.
Wow.
I love the fact that they took something that was kind of a little minor slip-up that became a joke and memed all this week, and they turned it into something that's so huge.
AEW are great at that. They always follow up on things.
It's crazy.
Making it story and stuff. I think it's awesome. And yeah, it can be a legit thing that Suzuki's mad about. It's his almost pre-match ritual, you know? Hearing that song, getting the crowd behind him, and not getting that kind of threw him for his match against Mox. So I think it's so funny that they've included it in story, but it works.
Yeah, Punk was so good here.
Yeah.
He was great.
He teased it on Twitter earlier.
Yeah, I will address it.
I will address it.
We get a video from Suzuki Gun. It's Lance Archer and Minoru Suzuki, and he says, "Mox, you've had a lot of people in your favor. You've had a lot of people in your favor last week in Cincinnati. You had your hometown behind you. Well, now we're going to have a tag match. You and Kingston are boys, but me and Suzuki, we've been a team for years. And once Suzuki Goon, always a Suzuki Goon. And you and Eddie are going to step in the ring with me and Suzuki-san. We're going to show you true, strong style at the Grand Slam." And Minoru's looking at him he doesn't say too much. He's just staring there like looking scary as fuck.
I think this match is going to be nuts.
Yeah?
Is this Rampage or Dynamite?
This
is Dynamite,
They
right?
said this was Dynamite.
Okay.
They've said that Bryan is Dynamite as well.
I say open the show with this one.
Insane.
I think this would be a great way to start things off.
Yeah.
Just some mad brawl. You get the entrance music with both Wild Thing and Kazaninare. I think this would be a really hot opener next week.
Well, we'll see if it's switched to Rampage or not. But yeah, can't wait to see that match. We go to the lights go out. Malachi Black. He comes down to the ring. He's dressed pretty spooky here. He's ready for spooky season. He's
always ready for spooky season.
Yeah, his like antler crown of thorns thing is awesome.
Who's more annoying at spooky season? Because Zelina Vega likes to cosplay.
Right.
So Halloween, she's like probably preparing her costume now.
Why? She's not going to be on TV.
Poor girl.
We love her here, but that hurt me as a fan.
Yeah.
Like, really? How did you do her dirty like that?
Shitty.
Like, what?
Yeah.
Are you fucking that dumb that you would do that to her?
Yeah.
Anyways, sorry.
So dumb. Yeah. But yeah, who do you reckon gets more into it? Black or Vega?
I mean, every day is spooky season for him.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah. They're going to do a couple costumes? Probably not. He doesn't seem like he does, like, costumes of other things. He just wears spooky
he seems
shit.
Boring?
No, he just like creates his own. Like he looks scary here. I love this. I would love to dress like this. He's wearing like a black suit, black long coat suit, blazer thing with a black shirt, black tie, and like this almost like a hood thing, with that then crown antler antlers. Yeah. No, his whole look is awesome. Definitely, you could see people dressing up as him, and definitely want to see Malachi Black versus whatever iteration we get of Bray Wyatt's next mind fuck, because the creative is there. The visual with the music and everything from Malachi Black like screams star. Like, oh man, you're awesome. Like all his merch is really cool as well. He also has his own merch store that him and Zelina run. Okay. So they always celebrate spooky season. He comes out here and he has a microphone, Malachi Black, and he says, "House of Black, please rise." And he calls out the Nightmare family, and well, there seems to be a traitor among us, House of Black. There's someone from the Nightmare family here. And he looks over ringside, and the camera turns, and it pans to someone, a woman, wearing a Nightmare family, like, tracksuit. Rosario Dawson.
Why not?
Rosario Dawson, the actor.
Yep.
Mandalorian, the new Star Wars. Ashoka, what's her name? Ahsoka? Something like that. Yeah. She's been in Clerks 2, all Clerks 3's coming. She's in the Kids, big
Crash, I believe.
Daredevil,
Rent.
Damn, she's killing it. And she does a lot of voice acting too. She's great. She's just hanging out.
Oh, Go Big Show
in Jersey. Oh, right, that's right. She does Go Big Show.
She's Cody's mate on the panel.
Right, yeah.
With Snoop.
Yeah. So she's just here by herself, hanging around ringside, and Malachi Black is calling her out. And I know what you're thinking. Is Malachi Black going to give Rosario Dawson a black mass? Is he going to kick her in the head? The sadistic part of me was like, is this going to happen?
Is this going to happen?
To get this guy...
Never say never on this show.
She's definitely one of the most liked celebrities.
Oh, she's cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Like, so, like, that definitely is, like, how do we get this guy some heel heat? This would get it from me.
Yeah.
You can't do that. Her role in Clerks 2 is a really close to heart. I love her. She's great. And I'm like, please don't kick her in the head. So it seems like that's what's going to happen. But as he has his eyes set on her, Cody Rhodes comes down through the aisles, through the crowd.
In his red suit.
In a red suit. It's Robbie Rotten. He's coming down. He borrowed it from Alex Abrahantes from All Out.
Yes.
He comes down, and it's a brawl. It's on. Malachi Black, Cody Rhodes going at it through the crowd, and they're fighting and beating each other up. And at one point, Cody takes someone's drink and smashes it over his head. They're brawling up and down. And it's kind of, they try to pull them apart, but yeah, it's not. As Rosario Dawson's watching from afar, like, yeah, get him, Cody.
Yeah, she jumped on his back. Or
yeah. Oh, she did.
Yeah.
She jumped on.
She got involved.
She got involved.
She took a bump.
She got physical here. Go big or go home show.
Yeah.
Rosario Dawson. Damn. Yeah. Very odd celebrity.
Is so Cody.
Yeah.
Cody already has... Okay, he's having a feud with Black. What if I tease retirement? I mean, you don't need to, Cody. You just got beaten and want revenge. No, I'm going to retire. I'm going to come back in a few weeks. But it all makes sense because Rosario Dawson will come along with me. I'm also going to wear a nice red suit.
To promote my Go Big, Go Home show.
Yeah.
That's what the tie-in is. But hopefully that doesn't get too confused next week when I promote my other show, Roads to the Top.
Cody's just ridiculous.
So...
Like, it was funny. Like, Rosario Dawson's great. It was fun to see her get involved. But it's
literally...
I feel it's just Cody just always needs all this extra fluff, doesn't he?
It's like you already have a lot
army
going on.
To walk him to the ring.
The commentary, like Tony was saying on trying to get it over that, like, wow, like Cody Rhodes was gonna retire, but this feud, this fire lit up from Malachi Black has brought his passion back to the business, and that's why he's here. It's like, okay, all right. I give my stance on Cody's the GOAT. I don't
hate it. Yeah. Everything I'm saying, I just find him such a fascinating character.
Cody Rhodes has you all fooled with the wool over your faces. He's tricking you. He's the greatest heel in the modern era.
That's what I always say.
We're conditioned to like things.
Are you just... as a person behind the character,
we'll never know.
Are you completely oblivious and just think you're creating the greatest babyface?
Neck tattoo of my logo? Sick.
Yeah. Or have you been playing us all along? I don't know if he's very smart or just very unaware.
He is so meta that we've been conditioned of what pro wrestling is for the past, like, 30 whatever years of just me watching wrestling, whatever. But, like, he's tricked. It's all a ruse. I'm telling you. He knows what he's doing. He has to. If not.
He reminds me of... there was a girl I went to drama school with.
Yeah.
Who became pretty successful afterwards.
Rosario Dawson.
Not quite. Similarities, actually.
Okay.
But there was like a housewarming for a friend, so a bunch of us were going there. Bear in mind, most of us are actors not being super successful.
Right.
Go, oh, hey, nice to see you. How are you? Great, I've got my Fast and Furious audition tomorrow and I had my Star Wars one today. And you're like, I feel that's Cody. That's the kind of shit Cody would do.
Right, yeah. He
just
bring up everything.
I'm just going to bring my celebrity friends.
Yeah, Rosario Dawson.
I'm going to have all these fireworks. You don't mind.
Like, they already announced next week is the match. Last week they announced next week is going to be Cody, Malachi Black, the rematch at Arthur Ashe. Rosario Dawson didn't need to be brought into this at all. But I'm definitely giving it a pass, and I'm letting you all know I'm giving it a pass because it's Rosario Dawson.
Yeah.
So,
will she be involved next week?
No, I hope not.
Maybe this can be a story.
Snoop, who else is on that show? We've seen Snoop get in the ring.
I want to see Cody cheat on Brandy with Rosario Dawson.
Come on, no.
We're going to get Snoop involved.
No.
Get Big Show involved for some reason.
No, Cody wouldn't do that to break up his family. Come on.
Just for story.
What would his interracial baby think about him cheating on his wife, Brandy? Come on. Stop. Cody's too nice of a guy. He's the baby face.
You were just saying it's a ruse and he's the heel.
Yeah, but you all don't know that yet. You're all just like, this Cody.
I don't know. Rosario Dawson was very quick to defend her man. I mean, Cody, there.
Start the storyline.
The rumor starts here.
We want some romance and drama and some scandal in our AEW. No, I support. I love Cody. He hooks me. He's what pro wrestling is. When you watch all this old school, he watches
very old school.
He just watches old school WCW and goes, "Yeah, I'm going to do that and make it my own and stuff." So I'm super excited for that match. Again, that could have been the main event for next week, and we would all be like, "Yeah, all right, let's give it another shot." Super stoked. They went to break when they were brawling, and when they came back, they're like, this brawl happened. Yeah, they're fighting everywhere. But next week, so we go to Anna Jay backstage being interviewed here with the Dark Order. Well, first we get Bunny, and the Bunny says, "I'm going to drag you down the rabbit hole." And Anna Jay with the Dark Order, she's about to speak, but Evil Uno interrupts and starts going off about the Dark Order and stuff. And then Alex Reynolds shows up and says, "Oh yeah, interview, you're ruining her interview. Of course you are, Uno." And he says, "You're not even in the Dark Order anymore. What's going on?" Anna Jay just tells everyone to shut up. She's enough. She's getting annoyed. The Dark Order is falling apart. Falling apart.
Yeah. So bans them from ringside. Says just Ty's coming with her.
Anna Jay versus the Bunny on Rampage.
This week.
Grudge match.
This week.
They're promoting it as a grudge match. We go to our next segment. Dan Lambert is in the ring with his American top team, UFC fighters, bare-knuckle boxing fighters.
Who are these people?
I know one person who was in the... Well, I know Men of the Year, Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky. But Paige Van Zandt.
Okay.
In the middle of a ring. Many say she was destined for WWE a few years ago. Until she kind of went on a losing streak. But
who's the big bald lad?
The big bald dude. I forget it. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen him fight, though.
Right.
But
was he good?
I'm a big fan of Paige Van Zandt. Yeah. Her husband is a fighter. He was in the ring as well.
Okay.
So, like, there are a couple that are fighters. I believe he's in UFC still, and she's in bare-knuckle boxing or something like that. They didn't talk, though. They're just walking around giving middle fingers to the crowd and stuff in the middle of the ring. Junior Dos Santos was in the ring. Thank you, Dickie, in the Twitch chat. But again, a bunch of people. But this was a forbidden door for Paige Van Zandt.
I guess so.
Yeah. We go to Dan Lambert cutting a promo, and he says, right away, CM Punk, is it CM Punk on commentary who says Lambert is like Bobby Heenan if he had a wardrobe full of affliction shirts.
Great line. Great line.
So Dan Lambert starts cutting a promo on AEW like he always does. Says they're a bunch of losers. Everyone here, and how everyone's wearing shirts and how you're all marks and just like kind of the same running down of the fans.
He doesn't like it. Why go there? It's like all these idiots stood outside protesting things right now. Just go home. If you don't like it, don't do it. Don't shout at me about it, you cunt.
He just really doesn't like AEW.
No.
So he has to tell us.
So he has to buy a ticket every week to travel the country to just tell us, I don't like this show.
Dan Lambert.
Everyone's too small on this show.
He's a really good heel, but for me personally, he was a babyface for the first person to bring Paige Van Zandt into pro wrestling. So tonight he's a babyface. He says that all these fighters are better than anyone, and the Men of the Year are better and will fight anyone. And that's when they're interrupted by Chris Jericho. Judas, the crowd sings, and Lambert says, these stupid crowds singing that stupid song, it sucks. And Jericho says, you don't like my song, Judas? Well, we could all sing along to your song. I don't remember if we remember the words, but I think it goes like, I'm a fat-faced dipshit, yeah. And then the crowd sings along easily with Jericho. And then Dan says, wow, out of all the people to interrupt me and defend AEW, I wouldn't expect it would be you, Jericho. Tony Khan isn't the master manipulator here. You are, Chris. You pull all the strings. All these people here spend their allowance on your book of the month and your Fozzy CDs. Jericho says, do you guys get an allowance? Dan Lambert says, Chris Jericho, you are the old guy screaming at the clouds. You're a meathead, and you got a bunch of meatheads. Top team. Let me ask you, which one of your guys is on top? As the crowd chant, who's on top? And they cut to the fighters being like, they're so upset by these words. We get Jericho mentioning that he's been in fights with fighters. We got Jake Hager here. He's an undefeated fighter.
Yeah, he basically mentions his backstage
with Brock
brawls with Brock and Goldberg, and which both he apparently stood his own. Even beat Bill, I think.
He beat up Bill Goldberg?
I think so, yeah.
Like, no disrespect. You know what? All disrespect to Goldberg. He seems like he's all talk. He's all muscle. He's ducked Matt Riddle for years.
True.
Matt Riddle would wipe the floor with him, and we all know it. So, and Jericho tried to fight. Jericho's been known for fighting people though for a while, defending people and stuff. Even WCW.
Sin Cara.
Sin Cara.
Did he? No, I think Sin Cara beat Jericho.
Sin Cara beat Jericho.
So Jericho beat Goldberg.
Yeah.
I think Jericho and Brock were pulled apart.
Right.
But he held his own against Brock.
Yeah.
But Sin Cara beat Jericho. Ooh, which means
Sin Cara's the
lineal locker room champ, I guess.
Then he broke his hand and no one ever respected him.
So Del Rio.
But then Del Rio lost
Coke
to...
beat that.
Yeah. And then now we have AEW and Tony Khan and everything. So really, the linear champion is here. Chris Jericho still. No. So So Jericho says, well, look, I've been getting in fights. Hager's undefeated, and everyone's got a plan, just like Mike Tyson says, until they get punched in the face. Big Jake and I will knock those buck teeth down your throat. And Lambert says, no, we're not going to fight you here in this shithole New Jersey. Boo. Now, how about next week, the biggest stage AEW's had? New York City, the Big Apple. Jericho says, fine, fight us next week, since you're too much of a pussy to fight us here in Jersey. And there'll be no escape from New York for you. So next week, Big Jake Hager and Big Chris Jericho going up against the Men of the Year, Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page.
Yeah, I can't say I'm too excited about this one. I do like Lambert on the mic, although I think he's been saying a lot of the same thing the last few weeks. I also feel I'd have been more interested in one of these other guys behind him being in the match.
Paige Van Zandt.
Sure, but, you know, like, I think he keeps bringing these fighters in. I want to see one of these fighters wrestle.
That's probably what's going to happen.
I can't say I'm too interested in Paige and Sky still at the moment. Also, I did like Lambert cutting off Jericho's music and the crowd just continued singing it. But Punk, shut up. We love you. We're glad you're back. But like, it was one of those moments where he needed to stop talking because it was quite a cool moment. The crowd just singing over Lambert. But yeah, I can't say this is high up on my interest for next week.
Yeah, there was a few things here that I'm like, okay, you really didn't need to do that or say certain things in the promo, and I'm not going to be super PC. It's a wrestling show. But there are, like, we've kind of moved on. Like, I didn't like the gay joke, but I loved him calling them pussies. So right. I'm meeting people halfway here. Because when someone calls someone a pussy, that's just funny to me. Yeah. I'm sorry, but the gay joke could have done without. But I can't say I'm super stoked for this match, but like whatever. It's another match. They built up this. I want to see Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky versus them. I think these guys maybe don't need Dan Lambert, but I'm interested to see him be pushed.
Sure.
Finally, something. So it's something. So next we go to a video from the Gun Club. Everyone's favorite tag. Well, actually, no, because they're mean. They're bad guys now.
Well, this is something I found odd. They did the turn before that historic Big Show QT Marshall match at All Out. The Gun Club aligning with QT. And then they didn't come out at all at All Out. They weren't involved in the match at all, which is kind of odd.
Yeah, you were upset.
I was upset. I wanted to see the Gun Club.
You didn't get to see Billy Gunn.
But it looks like the big focus is going to be on them moving forwards.
Well, the Gun Club say this came from the disrespect. The Gun Club was disrespected way too much, so we wanted to get our point across. We've had a lot of wins. And don't they say that wins and losses matter here? Well, clearly not, because we've been undefeated. Colton and what's the Austin undefeated. Colton and Billy undefeated. All the iterations, trios undefeated. So where's our title shot? So they're coming for the gold. The Gun Club straight shooting. Damn.
Yeah, it's got to be the wins only matter if you're facing actual contracted talent, right? Because it's just dark and Dark Elevation.
No disrespect. I'm saying this half joking, I guess. But do wins and losses really matter on Dark and Dark Elevation? Sorry. But listen to Shot in the Dark every week on this feed.
I didn't mind this, to be honest. I quite liked they bring up the fact. I do like the wins and losses thing in AEW, because I think it's whenever you want to put some legitimacy behind someone, it's a gripe. It works as a heel. Hey, we've been winning all these matches. Why aren't we being featured? And if this is a way to sort of have Colton and Austin start working a bit more and getting like a bit more time in front of the camera, I think, is it Austin who's the
hype one?
He's the hype one.
Yeah.
I think he sounds pretty good. He's actually quite impressed when I've seen him in ring. So, sure, why not?
I like Austin Gunn's tattoos. He looks like he's got like John Wayne and like all these Western things. Like their finishing move, 310 to Yuma. Like they're all like Western Gun Club. Yeah. All I wanted out of this promo, which I hope comes in there next time they speak, is we were the hype man far too long.
Yeah.
We were the ones
We
cheering.
carried us through this pandemic.
Yeah. We were the ones, especially Austin Gunn. Like, he was the star.
Oh, yeah.
Just making the crowd look hype when there was no crowd. That's what he should have said.
So what trios matches do we want to see?
Well, we're getting a
Against the
trios
Super
title.
Click
Super Click.
versus the Gun Club.
Death Triangle.
Death Triangle. You've got the Jungle Boy, Christian, Luchasaurus.
Jungle Boy and the Dinosaurs.
Yeah.
There's a lot. There needs to be a trios title, honestly, and it would be good for like doing it on Rampage and stuff. It would be fun, definitely. This is the little breadcrumbs for it. So the Gun Club coming for some heat. Maybe they'll be at Arthur Ashe next week. We go to our next match. Jade Cargill going up against legit Leyla Hirsch. This is David versus Goliath, really. Jade, who has like there's a storm coming, because she definitely dresses like Storm and says she looks like the action figure of Storm come to life. She is jacked. She doesn't look like a real person. She's photoshopped.
She looks ridiculous. Her gear was awesome here,
Yeah,
I thought.
yeah.
The kind of red, shiny, metallic.
Yeah, but I do like Leyla Hirsch.
Yeah,
I think she's awesome.
She's been impressive.
Leyla Hirsch comes at her with these flying knees and then the double knees like Meteora in the corner. She's on a roll. They brawl around the ringside during picture-in-picture, and it's Jade throwing Leyla into the guardrails and such. When we come back, Jade's in control, but Leyla counters out of a suplex into a sleeper, but Jade eventually gets out of it, goes to the outside, and Leyla hits a huge tope for a near fall as she gets back in. Goes up top for a moonsault, but way overshots it, but Jade rolls out anyways and misses it. Eats a pump kick to the face. Jade hits the double chicken wing buster, and it's over. Jade wins.
This they were kind of putting over as Jade's most competitive match so far. I do like Leyla Hirsch. I think she looks really good in there. I think Jade could be a star. There's still kind of work to be done, but it's kind of cool seeing her starting to do longer matches than just the squash thing, because I mean, look at her. She's an athlete. She looks incredible, and if she can, and I think she definitely has a presence when she talks and stuff as well. So if she can keep on improving in the ring, I think down the line her versus Brit could be something quite big. But the match itself was all right.
Yeah, I like Jade. She looks like a star. She acts like a star. Definitely still like quick kind of match. Leyla kind of did a lot of the stuff, and then Jade does a few moves and wins kind of thing. So it's kind of basic, but I didn't hate it or anything. But still, more so my interest is in Leyla. I'm like, man, you're like you were really small, but your technical like German suplexes and all these things are awesome. So yeah. Man, we're having all the technical difficulties tonight.
So it's just gone?
Yeah. Good stuff. There we go. Sorry, guys. Amateur hour tonight. Here we go.
But we look nice.
Yeah, we do. Shout out Dickie Bird. We go to Andrade. He's got a little video here. He's just with his lawyer. He says, if you lie to me, it means you don't respect me. That is a true thing. When you lie to someone, it means you don't respect them. He says he's always one step ahead. And here, my assistant, Jose. I never told you to interrupt in my match, so why did you do that? Chavo told me to do it. Who? Chavo? Is he here right now? No. I don't need Chavo. I don't need anybody. So what's going to happen with Andrade? He got rid of Chavo.
So he's mad, yeah, because Chavo...
He won the match, though.
He cheated, and Andrade thinks he could do it on his own. I like he calls himself the Kingpin now.
Will Ospreay?
I guess so. And then also did the like MJF ring thing to the camera.
Nice.
But yeah, it looks like the Andrade Pac thing is going to happen again, because I think Andrade wants to show that he can win on his own, maybe.
Right.
Do we get a Chavo match with Andrade?
Not something. Whoa. Not some. Ooh, Chavo. Not something I was thinking about, but yeah, all right.
Maybe because he was like
talking shit about Chavo.
Chatting shit about Chavo here.
Chavo one last like big hurrah.
I mean, Chavo still wrestles here and there.
We saw him on Talking Shop Mania.
Exactly. So possibly Andrade Chavo. Why not?
Why? That sounds great. Let's go. Viva la Raza.
Andrade, if he wins,
Yeah.
no one else can do Eddie tributes but him.
No. Rey Mysterio would like to have a word with that. Definitely. A lot of wrestlers. Sasha.
Every wrestler.
Every
wrestler.
And they're doing the Three Amigos because they love Eddie Guerrero. And they're doing the Frog Splash because they love Eddie Guerrero. Andrade versus Chavo, not something, again, on that wrestling bingo card, but...
Well, Sting versus FTR.
Where's Ric Flair?
He's coming.
Where's Ric Flair?
He's coming.
Ric Flair did something today that kind of grinds my gears. He posted a photo backstage tonight at Dynamite with Sting. And he's like, look at all the 30-plus years. We still end up down the road meeting each other. Bro, does that mean you're there? Save it for when you show up.
Well, he's leading Sting on for when he turns heel against him.
So we get the match.
That's what always happens. Maybe next week.
I think Ric Flair
comes out for the match.
Yeah.
You think he's on Sting's side, and then bam, he turns
He's
on
with Tully.
Sting, and he's with Tully.
I want
Again.
Tully, Arn. Yeah, I want the reunion. Oh, man. That'd be wild. Sting versus Rick should have been booked for Arthur Ashe.
They've got other big shows.
Yeah, big matches, yeah.
Just throwing everything next week.
They need Ric Flair needs to come out because I saw the picture and it warmed my heart with Rick and Sting. But yeah, we go to CM Punk talking when he's interrupted on commentary. He says, "Oh, look, the trolls across the bridge," and it's Taz and Hook approaching commentary and CM Punk. Taz is yelling at Punk off mic, saying, "What? You want to take my job? You want to take my job? Huh? You want to take my job, big man?"
Punk is like, "No, this is Dynamite. This isn't dark."
Did you say my name? Did you keep my name out of your mouth? I didn't say your name, and this is not the show you do commentary for. But okay, all right, fuck. Hook is there, and he goes face to face with CM Punk, who stands up face to face with Hook.
And we're going, are we getting it? Are we getting the match?
God.
Are we getting Hook Punk at Arthur Ashe?
Dream match in the
debut
making.
of Hook
Versus Punk?
Yeah.
But Punk is blindsided from behind by Powerhouse Hobbs in some killer onesie
dungarees.
Yeah, what are those like? Yeah, what do you call them?
Overalls.
Overalls.
I call them dungarees.
Yeah. He beats down CM Punk. They pick him up and they power bomb him onto the table. Not quite through it, but it looked like it hurt even more.
I am the table.
I am the table.
Did you just burp?
Yeah, I did. Because I am the table. We botched while talking about Botchamania references. We have them leaving Punk laying there, who just looks broken, as Taz is talking to him. It's clobbering time, huh? It's clobbering time? Hook put him in a dragon sleeper as well. Those look pretty impressive.
Sorry, I was just distracted because Jade Cargill literally just tweeted out, "Not bad for a rookie, #6 months."
Damn.
So yeah, fuck you, Braden.
What did she say?
Well, no, she was clearly listening to the show. Cause
Did I say she's a rookie?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
Sorry, yes, Hook.
Yeah, why are you talking about Jade when we're talking about Hook? No one cares. Everyone wants to know about Hook.
Yeah, my bad.
You don't talk about other people.
They both look fabulous, okay?
I'd say Hook even more so. They later announced that, yes, Punk will be facing Hobbs next week, Arthur Ashe Stadium.
Exciting.
Yeah. That's awesome. So Punk hopefully has a week to heal, getting beat up here. No one cared to help him. There's a lot of people who tweeted a lot about CM Punk this past month.
Yeah.
They aren't going to help him out. No.
There was a point, when was it earlier in the night? Someone was getting beaten down and Punk was like, "Oh, someone should really do something about this." It's like, Punk, you're right.
Yeah, maybe if you did something about
there.
it, you would have got help too.
Yeah.
Just saying, Punk. So.
It was the Rosario Dawson thing. He's like, "Hey, why is no one helping Rosario Dawson?"
Yeah, I think Punk should have helped Rosario.
It's like, well, you helped Darby the other week and you were facing him in a match, but.
Yeah. Well,
no, I'm excited for this.
Yeah, Hobbs, Punk.
Crazy. 7 years not wrestling. Never thought I'd see CM Punk wrestle, and then his 2 first matches in a row.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Cool. Are you excited?
Yeah. I've seen him wrestle quite a bunch when he was in WWE, but again, it's still kind of a weird thing that he's back and he's wrestling and he's going through Team Taz. And I like Hobbs, actually.
So this is Rampage main event, do you think?
Yeah, true. Yeah. That would make sense. So like 2 a.m. on Wednesday.
Yeah.
We go to Shawn Spears. He says the chairman cometh. Cuts a promo talking about chairs and how he beat Darby. He gave Darby his first loss in AEW.
I like when they do things like that because I'd completely forgotten about that. But they
forgot?
just show clips and they're like, hey, remember, these two have history.
July 13th, 2019.
You didn't look that up at all?
No, they said it.
Oh.
Okay. They showed it.
July 13th, 2019.
Yeah, the same
so over 2 years ago.
Yeah, the same clip showed Jimmy Havoc, so it shows a lot can change.
Right. Was that might have been the show I did with Way? Was it?
I have no idea.
Fight for the Fallen? Maybe.
All I know is July 13th, 2019. Okay. Shawn Spears starts off, he's going to have a match against Darby Allin here. And he does it's the whistle while he's sitting. It's like a Western, but he's sitting on a chair. And then he stands up off the chair and he holds the chair and he's got a towel on his head and then Tully pulls the towel off.
It's a nice entrance.
It's really weird.
I forget it's him, even though he just had a promo and it just
said...
And
he literally said chairman.
And it just said, coming up next.
Chairman.
And I see this entrance and I'm like, oh, who's this?
Chairman.
It's chairman.
The chairman of the board. La Parka. No. So, Shawn Spears is going to have a match against Darby Allin. And we heard Tully had some choice words for Sting. And, Sting is out here with Darby. We have Shawn Spears fucking up Darby's knees here. He sets those steps adjacent to the apron and throws Darby into them, so, beating him up, sandwiching his knee and Darby's face against the steel steps. Darby goes for this move on the outside and awkwardly gets thrown. And now Shawn grabs a towel ringside, wets it with water from a water bottle, and then rubs it in the face of Darby Allin to rub off his face paint.
Disrespectful.
Boo. And if that isn't enough, while Sting is watching on, he puts Darby in the Scorpion Deathlock. Normally, he'd call it the Sharpshooter, but this time, no, it's the Scorpion Deathlock for sure. But Darby eventually gets out of it. He hits Shawn with a code red for a near fall. There's then this crazy spot. I told you those steps were at ringside. Darby drops Shawn Spears on them, sitting on them, in the ring, runs and does his crazy cannonball, tope, coffin drop thing. I don't know. This was one of the craziest suicide dives.
And Shawn Spears just took it in the face.
Good for him. Good on him. In the
face. And then falling backwards.
Yeah,
whoa,
wow.
Crazy.
Darby picks him up, throws him in the ring, climbs to the top, hits the coffin drop, the OG version. Coffin flop? Coffin drop?
Coffin drop.
And wins the match. Darby pins Shawn Spears. Kind of a quick match, but it had some cool, aggressive stuff.
Yeah, I quite enjoyed this, actually. I think Darby's great. But Spears recently has had a couple of pretty good matches. I enjoyed his one with Sammy, and I quite enjoyed this with Darby. And I think it's maybe when he's the bigger guy, beating down someone as great but smaller in size like a Sammy or a Darby, where he works quite well. And that tope was just nuts. But yeah, I quite enjoyed this.
Yeah, and it leads to this. FTR are in the ring as they stare down Sting and Darby, and they attack them. Cash and Dax the Axe, Cash Wheeler, attacks Sting and Darby. Sting is in there. Tully's got a chair and swings it at Sting, who no-sells it. He's getting hyped up, fired up, and he goes to grab Tully, but FTR again beat him up here. They send Darby out, and they pick up Sting, and they hit the Mind Breaker.
Wow.
The Spike Pile Driver, Brainbuster style, and wow, Sting took this. Sting bumped.
Looked awesome.
Sting
great.
With the neck injuries.
Yes.
Taking this move. Wow. And then, insult to injury, again, Tully, Shawn Spears, FTR, grab the water bottle on the rag and wipe off Sting's face paint. Damn, what heels.
I thought this was a really good beatdown, actually. Yeah. And, the Spike Pile Driver looked great. We've been watching a bunch of Arn and Tully matches today because this Sunday we're releasing a best match ever, Arn and Tully, the Brainbusters. And we talked a lot about the Mindbreaker, the Spike Pile Driver. And it's great seeing FTR use it. And against Sting, just the kind of the nostalgia of that move with him and stuff is pretty cool.
Yeah. We do best match ever on the Patreon, and we've covered different match types, rivalries, and stuff. But we've done single wrestlers. We just did Daniel Bryan a little while ago, but we never done a tag team. So doing Arn and Tully to celebrate Arn's birthday this weekend, but also because he got kicked in the head, and also because Tully keeps being on the screen every week. So we thought, why not we cover some old wrestling?
This guy.
Yeah. So now we're the biggest Arn and Tully Brainbusters fans. So that show's coming out on the Patreon. But we refer to FTR a lot. There's so many things that you notice now when we now watch so much of these old matches. Like, oh, they totally take that from Arn and Tully and that and stuff. So where was Arn? He wasn't on the show tonight. He better be out there next week.
He's got his injuries.
Better be there next week.
Kicks in the head.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this match is confirmed for next week, which is ridiculous.
Sting, he just took a bump.
Yeah.
How's he gonna wrestle?
He's Sting.
He's Sting.
If you're cleared, you're cleared. Like, this guy can still go.
I can't believe it.
Got it.
I'm going to a wrestling show next week with Bryan Danielson, Kenny Omega, Sting, CM Punk, Chris Jericho,
Minoru
Suzuki, and there's probably some other ones on 2.0.
2.0.
Maybe, possibly.
Yeah.
The Gun Club. Just wild. What
Crazy.
a time. We go to Tony Schiavone. He's in the middle of the ring. He says, I love pro wrestling, and at certain times, it's because of this man, Bryan Danielson. And out comes the American Dragon. His theme is growing on me. Come on.
Yeah, the crowd needs to start chanting along with the...
I can't hear when to chant it, though, so I need to hear it.
You hear the, he's gonna go, his in-head kicked in.
Oh, okay.
So people need to start chanting along with that.
We'll get it. We'll have to pick it up, yeah.
Sino and I will help our section out.
Yeah. American Dragon, Bryan Danielson comes down, and he says he came to AEW because he wants to be the best professional wrestler in the best professional wrestling company. And, well, everyone wants to see this match. Don't you want to see it, Tony? The one-on-one match everyone's talking about? And Don Callis interrupts the interview. He comes down with Kenny Omega, the AEW champ, and he says, what is it? Sanctimonious son of a bitch. Damn. He says, wow, it was so hard of you to make this decision to come to the best wrestling promotion. This promotion was built on Kenny Omega. We are the resistance. We are the peace. You came here thinking it was what was best for the wrestling business and everyone in it, but you say, everyone says I'm a carny piece of shit when you are the carny piece of shit. You came here for you. You came here because you're a mark just like these people. Damn. Ooh. Calling it like it is for Dan. He's being real aggressive to Mr. Bryan Danielson here, who just turns and goes, you are a piece of shit. Hearing Bryan Danielson swear, oh my God.
It seems to be all he wants to do.
I know, it's so
like,
good.
That promo after All Out when he was just going, let's fucking go.
Fuck.
He's just like, it's that sketch on... Sorry, but I think you should leave.
Is it?
The Haunted House tour.
Yeah.
When it's the adult tour, so we can say whatever we want.
He's just swearing
like,
all the
fuck
time.
shit.
Fuck! I can swear now. He says, you are a piece of shit. But I didn't come here to talk to you, Don. I came here to talk to Kenny. I came here to find out who's better. So Kenny Omega, let's give the people what they want. Kenny versus Bryan. What do you say? As John Callis is like shaking his head furiously. Nope, absolutely not. And he's like, why not? Maybe I shouldn't have come here. Maybe I shouldn't have asked to fight, but I want to fight the best bout machine, the god of pro wrestling. But you're not that guy anymore. You're not that guy, pal. You're just a guy who hangs out with his goofy friends and lets that piece of shit talk for him. Again.
How many shits are on this show tonight?
He says, you've seemed to have lost your step in the past little while, Kenny, but maybe you've also lost your balls. So yes or no, Kenny Omega doesn't let Don talk for him. and he says, "You want the best bout machine? You want the god of professional wrestling?" My answer is yes. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
As they stare down, and I'm screaming at my television.
When?
But when, you bastards?
When is it? Say when.
Tell me when it is.
Tell me.
As they stare down, as the comment, you know what? It was the commentary when they go to commercial break after the segment. Like, holy shit, what did we just watch? When we come back, Tony Schiavone's like, they're trying to plug what's going on right now. He's like, I don't give a fuck. They just said this match is happening. So, like,
it's funny because we were coming back from commercial, and I say to you, just start it with, and it's been confirmed by Tony Khan next week. No, we get Matt Hardy.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was excellent. I think it's not a championship match.
No. Bryan Danielson clearly said, look, this doesn't even have, this time around doesn't have to be
for the title.
It doesn't need to be about the title. It's about who's the best.
And I love that because it makes, I think if it was for the title, I don't think anyone would see Bryan winning it next week.
Right.
And it also is a bit disrespectful of your wins, losses, rankings thing, especially a WWE guy, if you will, coming in and going right for the title. I think having it non-title, this is just who is the best wrestler. I think that's great. I've loved this. I love that Bryan is like, it's about the wrestling, and I know you think you're the best wrestler, so let's do it. None of this bullshit.
Yeah.
Huge main event. Can't wait.
This is what I like in my wrestling. This segment was a highlight of this show for me. I was screaming. Obviously, we have stakes in it because we're going to this event, but we're screaming at our TV when it's like, oh my God, they're doing it. Bryan's swearing. Kenny agrees. What's going on?
I also love Bryan's clearly not doing the yes thing anymore.
Yeah.
But said so many things. Both him, Callis, and Kenny, they did so many things to allow the crowd to do it,
was
anyway.
Perfect.
Which I thought was quite fun.
This made me go, fuck, man, wrestling's back. Like, this continues this role of, like, they're just killing it.
What
here.
a main event.
Yeah, I feel like a kid watching pro wrestling again. This is super exciting. I wish they just said right off the bat next week. Instead, they made us wait.
They tease you even more.
Yeah.
Because then you hear, like, when they're going through the match card for next week, there's a massive roar when they finally announce it. Because obviously, I imagine most people at this New Jersey show are going to Queens.
Right.
Like, they're not far. So a lot of people will be doing both shows. So for them to hear you're getting this next week as well is pretty big.
Guys just want thing, and it's fucking disgusting. It's this fucking match.
Kenny
it's gonna happen.
Bryan. Yeah.
I just saw on Twitter that the one time they fought a few times, I'm sure, but the one time where Kenny got his nose busted by Bryan, he was tweeting about it this week. So it's like, let's see you slap each other again.
Yeah.
Years later, you're both two different people now.
Be interesting to see Bryan's style as well, because saying about how he felt Vince McMahon protected him a bit too much after his injury.
Right.
Be interesting to see what kind of style he's going to wrestle.
Yeah, this has all my money.
Give
all
it
my
time, please.
Yeah, this is great. This is the dream match. We all like. This is definitely one on the bingo card that we are all like, yeah, we want this one. Please, let's do this. And they're going to it right away. So, yeah, take my money, and well, they have. But can't wait for next week for this match. Holy shit! Definitely the main event of Dynamite, non-title. But this show isn't over. We have Miro. We mentioned his promo talking about smashing cars and stuff. Mm-hmm. I'm wondering if the Miro thing, because he's feuding with Fuego, is going to lead to Sammy Miro.
Sure, absolutely.
Because that's what we thought All Out was going to be anyways.
Yeah, Sammy needs to do something.
Yeah. We go to Matt Hardy. It's not Wednesday nights without Matt Hardy. Matt says that big phony with his stupid friends, Orange Cassidy, well, you broke my nose, so I will collect. You made a mockery of my business, professional wrestling. So I'm going to
I thought he meant the Hardy family office.
Yeah, no. Orange didn't make a mockery of it. Someone else did. He says, I'm going to shave your head, and you won't be Orange Cassidy. You'll be the Orange Egg.
Orange Egghead.
Orange Egghead. So he's going to...
Killer line. Sick burn, Matt.
So are we getting this... Are we? Is this next week?
This isn't next week. Okay. No, it's just happening at some point. Okay. I do... Wrestling's weird, right?
Yeah.
Like, you've pissed me off, so I'm going to shave your head. It's gonna happen.
Like, are they gonna shave Matt?
Gonna shave you bald.
If Matt loses, should he get his head shaved?
I assume we're getting a hair versus hair.
That's weird, bro. I don't want to see that happen.
Either of them?
No. It's really weird. Yeah.
I think Matt Hardy.
He's gonna shave his head?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Do it.
How's he gonna take care of all those kids with no hair?
With no hair? He can probably save kids with that hair.
The truth is the truth.
The truth is the truth.
We go to our main event. Wild thing. Jon Moxley, Eddie Kingston. They come out for a match against NXT 2.0. No, just the word point. Oh. They've changed their name to 2.0.
2.0.
Yeah. We get Moxley, who's on fire. He hits an X-Plex on Matt Lee.
Sorry. One sec.
Yeah.
My bad. Continue.
Yeah.
There's a match first. Yeah.
Yeah. Moxley hits an X-Plex and then starts biting the nose of Matt Lee. Like, literally biting the bridge of his nose, the nose and everything.
Mox is biting everything these days.
Yeah, during this match, I was on Twitter, and Jon Moxley's wife, Renee, was watching this, and she says, I really wish my husband would stop biting people's faces. Because he comes home, hey, honey, what's going on? I don't know, man. Did you bite someone's face? Kind of weird. We go to a commercial break. When you think 2.0 is going to get some offense in here, they're the perfect, like, enhancement talent.
Oh, absolutely.
We get the spinning Hurricane fist from Kingston here. Huge Saito suplex. They run through these guys. Mox and Kingston win. But fun match.
Yeah. They can take a beating really well, and I think Mox and Kingston are very fun just watching beat people up. Fun, quick match, but it's more about what happened after.
Yeah, so after the match, Mox and Kingston are standing tall, and Suzuki's music hits. Suzuki Gate here. He comes out, walking very slowly, to let that music play out here. We're going to get it.
We're looking at the clock. It's 9:57. There's 3 minutes. Yeah, they can do it. They can do it.
He walks down. The epic theme song is playing. And he gets in the ring. He cues the crowd. Some of the people know it. I'm going to have to listen to it a few more times to get more of the stuff down pat. And he orchestrates the chorus hits. We thought for sure Moxley was going to interrupt it.
Missed opportunity.
Yeah.
I think Mox should have
hit him.
Fucked this up.
Yeah.
I think they thought we promised him War Games and didn't give him War Games. We then had MJF just shit on this place for a solid segment.
We got to give it to them.
We've got to give him Kazanino, right? But I think just heal Moxley up a bit for this.
Yeah.
Punch him in the mouth as he's about to come in.
Cuts the music, yeah.
It would have been great. And played off of Suzuki Gate, the incident.
Well, the chorus of Kazanino, he's singing. And that's when Moxley is attacked from behind. Kingston's dragged out of the ring, and now it's an all-out brawl. It's Lance Archer, Suzuki, Kingston, and Moxley all fighting all around the ring. And, well, Suzuki gets Moxley up on a ringside table, the timekeeper ring bell table, goes for the Gotch pile driver. Moxley gets out of it, though, by nailing Suzuki in the head with a microphone.
Ooh. On the busted eye from last week.
Oh, my God. They continue brawling as the commentary like, holy shit, this is crazy. This match is happening next week. Arthur Ashe Stadium. Thank you and good night.
Yeah, great show. Great go-home show. Really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Just set everything up for next week. Next week looks absolutely stacked. The Kenny and Bryan stuff was simple, but it gave you what you wanted, which makes it so exciting. Really fun show this week.
Yeah, honestly, it felt like a go-home show to this huge stacked show that they've announced now for next week. And, I'm super stoked for this. Obviously, Kenny versus Bryan is the match that we all want to see, but all these other matches look pretty good. They got me invested in MJF, Bryan Pillman. They got me invested in Punk versus Hobbs. Sting's fighting.
Yeah.
FTR. I'm gonna see Ric Flair maybe. I don't know. Fuck, who knows what we're gonna see. But
shall we do predictions?
Sure, yeah. Do you have the card?
I do, yeah. So we've got Grand Slam Dynamite on September 22nd. Brian Pillman Jr. versus MJF.
Yeah, I mean, I think MJF should win, unfortunately.
MJF should win, but
I'm going to be cheering for
after
Pillman.
this talk from JR, this tough love about how you embarrassed your whole family, and then he loses.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull for Pillman.
I'm going to be pulling for him. For the Pillman.
Malachi Black versus Cody Rhodes.
Oh, that's a big one, too.
Does Cody get his win back?
Fuck y'all. Cody's going over.
Yeah.
Someone's got to help him win. No, Malachi Black kicks him in the head.
Could Malachi Black win and maybe debut someone? I don't know.
Who? Why? No.
I think Black's got to win, but 2 losses for Cody. Interesting.
Bray Wyatt shows up.
Yeah, that's what I'm... Maybe something like that. I don't know what his dates are. And Rochester makes more sense if he's available.
Yeah.
Sting and Darby Allin versus FTR. Yeah, this is happening.
I think FTR should win considering they probably kayfabe or hopefully not real life injured Sting. Like, that could be the part of it. Like, well, we hurt him, so he's not fully ready to help Darby. So... that it could come into play. It could heat them up.
I think FTR too.
Yeah, and give them a run with the Lucha Bros.
Yeah, sure. Do we have the rubber match as well with Santana and Ortiz? Like, they just lost to them. Do you want them losing 2 in a row?
Exactly, yeah.
Britt Baker versus Ruby Soho. Oh, no. Nothing on this feud this week.
Oh, yeah.
I assume they'll have to plug that quite big on Rampage on Friday.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, odd to not focus on this at all. But yeah, Britt Baker, Ruby Soho.
Yeah, I think obviously Britt's on this run, then she needs to beat Ruby here. But I'm looking forward to just a really good match.
Yeah, I think Ruby's going to be so up for this as well. This could be a really entertaining match, but I do think you can't take it off Britt quite yet.
I cannot stop singing Ruby Soho, so I can't wait to sing it live.
It will be fun.
Yeah.
Suzuki Gun, Minoru Suzuki and Lance Archer versus Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston.
I think Kingston and Mox gotta beat Minoru and Ding.
I think so.
Because Mox is going to continue his feud with New Japan.
Yeah. This should be nuts, though.
Yeah. I feel like they're going to kill each other, these 4 guys.
It'll be a real fun brawl.
I'm surprised it's not a street fight or something.
I think it will be.
Yeah. Moxley is eventually going to lead to a Moxley Ospreay big payoff New Japan.
Oh, is that what
I imagine somewhere.
Not the Tana match?
That too, but like everyone. So yeah, I think Kingston and Mox should win.
Omega versus Bryan Danielson.
Well, these guys are 2 of my favorites. You know I'm a Kenny mark, but I think it would be interesting. It's non-title if Bryan wins clean. I actually loved how Kenny lost to Christian for the Impact titles, where it's Dawn again causing him. That is something I would like to see. Like Dawn getting up on the apron, thinking, oh, here we go. It's all apron wrestling, all apron elite wrestling. But no, it's a swerve again where Kenny gets costed and eats the knee or something.
I think...
We've seen him tap out.
We have, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Bryan wins. Then big elite beatdown. Hangman returns. And then you've just got... We know we got to have the Hangman match.
Yeah.
Bryan has a win over Kenny.
Yeah.
I think it just makes the whole title picture really interesting moving forward.
Damn,
all these people that maybe have Kenny's number.
Damn.
So that's Dynamite.
You know, we're forgetting about someone in the chat, Rishi in the chat, saying you're talking about someone showing up to help Malachi Black, but he's got a friend we forgot about who's also released. His buddy.
Buddy Murphy?
Yeah.
Oh.
Buddy Black.
Buddy Black.
He could change his name to something, right? House of Black.
Yeah.
Yeah. House of Black should be Brody King, Malachi Black, and Buddy Murphy in AEW. That'd be nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, as his
Buddy
group.
Black.
Buddy Black.
But that's
Buddy Love. Yeah, that's AEW
that looks
Dynamite.
Crazy. And then filmed on the same night, but airing on the Friday for Rampage. The Super Click, Adam Cole and the Young Bucks taking on Christian Cage and Jurassic Express, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus.
I can't wait for the crazy stare down face to face in ring spot of Adam Cole and Marco Stunt. The Super Click got to win this one.
I hope they have some ridiculous entrance and kind of matching gear kind of thing going on.
True.
It would be fun.
Yeah.
This match is just going to be so entertaining.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of whenever these guys were in these triple trios matches. I need to see quadruple super kicks. And
it's been a long time.
They do crazy finishes too. So, yeah, I'm super excited for this.
The Inner Circle, Chris Jericho and Jake Hager taking on Men of the Year, Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page with Dan Lambert.
Yeah, is this on Rampage or Dynamite?
This Rampage.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, right, Rampage is 2 hours.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of you can.
So I imagine they'll put on a Miro match. I imagine on that Rampage as well.
Okay. So Men of the Year should win.
Men of the Year?
To keep it going, I imagine.
They need it actually. Yeah, give it to them.
Yeah.
CM Punk versus Powerhouse Hobbs. Gotta be Punk.
Gotta be Punk to set up for that hook
match. Yeah. I imagine we get maybe Miro, Sammy, as you suggested, maybe on the Rampage, and what else could go on?
You think they're gonna add another stuff to this?
Rampage is 2 hours. There's only 3 matches on it so far.
Do you think Sammy, Miro?
You've got 6 matches on Dynamite, so I imagine Rampage will be similar.
Okay, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Damn, that stacks. So already great card.
Great card
for both shows. 4 hours of.
It's going to be a long night,
card.
but really, this looks better than the pay-per-view almost. Some of these things look awesome.
So, the pay-per-view is awesome, but Kenny Bryan over everything in wrestling right now. Yeah. This should be the highest watched Dynamite next week.
I would think so. It's got to be.
Sorry, wrestling. What's the cliche in that WWE ad that you play when they come back from break? If you're not if you're not screaming, what is it? Check your pulse. If you're not if you're not screaming, if you're not alive, check your pulse. If you're not excited, check your pulse. That's how I feel right now for wrestling fans. Everyone's got to come out of the woodwork for this show.
Oh yeah,
they got you. Sting's on the show.
Number.
Bryan's wrestling. Surely. Kenny's wrestling. New Japan people. Every little tick in the box.
This feels like you finally got your deck of cards, and you're like, "This is what I got. Look, I've got all these things now, and this is everything we can play with." It can almost be like a relaunch, a 2.0, AEW 2.0.
Paint splatter
starts next week. Yeah.
Will this beat Raw's rating next week?
What did Raw get this week?
Football, right? It's crushing them on Mondays, even with the Big E tease and delivery. But yeah, that's interesting.
I think Raw will be with the new champion. I think Raw there will be more interest next week. I don't know what Raw's number was.
I'm just super excited for some fun wrestling, man. If this company definitely just makes me happy to be a fan. Makes me so fun to watch it and talk about it and soak it all in, man. Drink it all in. Great show, and I cannot wait.
So Raw was 1.67 million. Dynamite's not been. They've been 1.2 top. So,
yeah.
But yeah,
2 million next week. Dynamite. Commercial-free main event, which is what they should do. But yeah. So that was Dynamite from September 15th. Thanks to you guys for listening to us and hanging out with us while we talk about it. We will be in Queens for Arthur Ashe Grand Slam next week. We will possibly do a show. We're probably not going to do it Wednesday night.
Probably not that night.
So we might do a quick one on the Thursday. So look for we probably won't stream or anything, but look for a bonus show. But we will be doing Up Next on Tuesday night, so look for that. And if you want to hear more, $5 a month, North American tier, which means only about 2 cents per podcast. Hundreds of podcasts. Best match ever, Daniel Bryan. Best match ever, Brainbusters. All the best matches ever. All the retro NXT reviews. All the movie reviews. Everything on the Patreon, and it's only $5.
A bunch of our old AEW reviews are on there as well.
That's right.
From the beginning of this show.
Yeah.
So much to go back and listen to.
We got a review. Chris Price, World Champ, picked Back to the Future Part 2. We put that out last weekend. This week, we have another Was Next, talking about Cesaro, Sami Zayn feud that kicks off here. Crazy stuff. We got Best Match Ever, Brainbusters, like I mentioned. Next week, we're doing a review. Maddie B, World Champ, has picked the movie Heavyweights from Disney Plus. You can go watch it on there. A classic 90s Disney movie. Love that. Cannot wait to do that show. So much stuff going on. We got next week, ECW One Night Stand 2006.
The RVD John Cena.
Yeah, we're going to do that whole pay-per-view for a review from the 6th there as well. But so many shows in the catalog. This is how we do things. Go check us out. You won't be dissatisfied, because that's what the BDE does. We satisfy.
We always satisfy.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Follow us on socials. Every like and RT. We appreciate you guys for supporting us at Up Next Podcast for all that stuff there.
Yeah, and if you don't join us live on Twitch, you can always catch the replay on YouTube, youtube.com/upnext. We've been putting a lot of work into our videos recently, so Go check them out too, and hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, shout out Dickie Bird, who's made us look like superstars on the Twitch streams and the replays of the video stuff. So maybe you like to have the video versions. Go check us out because we put them up there. The replays are on the Twitch and the YouTube, so go check us out. I myself, Braden Herrington, you can find me Twitter, Instagram. I am at the Brady.
And you can find me at Davie Portman.
Take care. Goodbye. Be safe, and we'll see you next week when it's the Cleaner versus the Dragon.
Ahoy!
First time in a long time, but it seems like just yesterday when we were side by side. Beast mode, no one's blocking our way. These other guys tried it, but them man ain't got the skills of Braden and Davie, brazen and raging, bringing you the thrills and spills. Right here in full gear, about to blow up like TNT. Us man are too sweet, Brady, DVP, the BDElite. Right here in full gear, about to blow up like TNT. Us man are too sweet, Brady, DVP, the BDElite.